Hey there, I'm Domen and welcome back to my kitchen. What is a sourdough starter, you ask? Well, in a nutshell, it's an all-natural way of making your dough rise. Think thousands of years old. It was cool way before it was made cool again in 2020. So today I'll show you how you can raise your own. To make your own starter, you'll need only two ingredients, flour and water. And obviously a container to store that mixture in. On your first day, you'll want to mix 60 grams of flour with 60 grams of water and mix thoroughly. Cover with a loosely fitting lid and let the microorganisms do their little dance. After 24 hours, you might see some small bubbles on the surface, or maybe not. There's no exact formula to this, so if you don't see any, it's perfectly fine. At this time, just let the concoction do some more work for another 24 hours. On the third day, you'll be the one doing some work. By now, you should see some development in your starter. So this time, you'll start by discarding about half of the mass you have in your jar. Then add 60 grams of flour and 60 grams of water, mix well, and let the starter take over the work for 24 hours. Over the next 2 days, you'll repeat the same thing you did on day 3. Discard about half of the starter and feed with 60 grams of flour and 60 grams of water. You might think this is wasteful, to discard half the mass every time, but if you don't do this, you'll need exponentially more ingredients and space to keep the starter fed, so that's not really something you want. But don't despair, once your starter is mature, you can use the discard for some recipes as well, so it's not going to be wasteful. For now, just throw the leftovers away. Around day 5, you can start marking the level at which you left your starter and observe how it rises. Over the couple of hours after you fed it, it will rise and then after it reached its peak, fall again. As soon as it manages to double in size, it's a good time to try a float test. This is where you take a spoonful of the starter and drop it in a glass of water. If it floats, you have yourself an active, bubbly, mature sourdough starter ready to be used in your baking recipes. And following tradition, you can now also name your starter. On that note, meet Jerry Jr. Why Jr., you ask? Well, that's because Jerry was already taken. Hope you found this video helpful and let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, bye!